In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a SolidWorks CAD part file or an assembly file, and you can export it to a file for 3D printing. So what we're going to do is, here we have our finished part, and I'm going to go up to File, Save As. And what I want to do is, here where it says Type, I want to switch it to STL. STL stands for stereolithography, which is another form of 3D printing. So it's a file type specifically for 3D printers to recognize, or at least for their slicer software to open up easily. When you switch it to STL, you have an options button. So in here, what I would like to point out is that when you go to 3D print something, you have, well, in our case, we have multiple different types of 3D printers. So we have the large one, the Dimension 1200 ES, and we also have the Digilog from Dremel. We have some Maker gears, and each one uses a different software and different settings. So the Dimension, for example, its software is based in inches. So we're going to, at least with Catalyst is in inches by default. So if we wanted to use that one, I would want to set this to inches. It doesn't matter exactly what we created the part in. You can either keep it the same as that, but then you're going to have to convert it if the software for the 3D printer is in millimeters. So in order to set this up for the Dimension printer, which I'm going to export in inches, and I can leave this all alone. If it's an assembly file, you have a choice as to whether or not you want to print it as an assembly, or if you want it to export all of its files individually. So that would be that checkbox there. So this is just a single part, so that's irrelevant to us. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to make sure I'm in the right place, so always make sure that you're in the right folder. The file name can be the same as the actual part file. That doesn't matter because it's a different file type. And I'm going to I already have one, so yes, I'm going to replace it. Now, once you click Save, you're going to get this box. This is not an error, even though it comes up with a little exclamation. It's more or less just a notification of, here's what just happened. But this is not a problem. Some people see that symbol and they think, oh no, what did I do? So this is just saying that, hey, it exported the part. It's divvied it up into 13,606 triangles. So what it does that through a process called tessellation, where it divvies it up in a way that the 3D printer can read it and then move the print head in a particular path. So it takes whatever shape you design and breaks it down into triangles. And then it's telling you this is where it got saved. And then you just want to say yes. Okay, and that's all there is to it. So now that file type can be brought right into the software for any of the 3D printers. Like I said, you just want to pay attention to the units based upon which 3D printer you're going to use. So for the big Dimension 1200 ES, we want to do it in inches if you're using Catalyst, or if you're going to use the newer software that they have out, which is this guy here called GrabCAD Print, then that one is based in millimeters, but it could actually be switched either way. So in that case, I would want to export it to millimeters if I was going to use that one. If I'm going to use the Dremel, that also is based on millimeters. So the Dremel 3D slicer would be a millimeter based setup.